everyone, it's me, Julia, here today to talk about cosmetic essentials for my age group, which is over 45. You do have to change the way that you put on your makeup, and you do have to change the type of makeup that you wear as you get a little bit older. I think the key really is to have more natural looking finishes and textures, like the kind of metallic highlighter and the drawn on eyebrows and the like heavy contour. Yeah, I just feel like, you know, that kind of like heavy artificial looking makeup just makes you look older after a while, and that's really not, especially, but at the end of the day, what you want to do, it's your life. I mean, we only have this one life and it's so short. Do what you want. If you want to pile tons of makeup on because it makes you happy, do it. I've just myself have honed in a little bit over the last year. I just feel better when my makeup is lighter and it's just kind of looks a little bit softer and more natural. So that's what I'm showing you, are the things that I have found over the past year especially that give me that kind of soft, kind of glowy look. So if you're looking after your skin, then your makeup should kind of follow the same vein. So everything is geared towards making your skin plumper, more moisturized, and just, you know, glowy, so that you look just, you know, soft focus and a little bit, it makes you look younger. Of course, this is all geared towards anybody who has dry skin. I've always had dry, dehydrated skin my whole life. My skin's actually changing, so it's more like normal to dry now. Most people, even if you're oily or combination, your skin tends to dry out a little bit as you get older, and it's all about putting that moisture back into your skin. So like, this is not skincare right now, we're just talking cosmetics. So the first thing I recommend is highlighting, the first thing I recommend is moisturizing primer. So anything that, you know, is like dual purpose, you can use it as a moisturizer, as a primer. My favorite is the First Aid Beauty Coconut Skin Smoothie Primer Moisturizer, and I use this one as my moisturizer, and it has a lovely little kind of peachy tint to it, and you can see, you can see it's illuminating as well. So that's the key, is illuminating primer doesn't necessarily mean that it's good for dry skin. It just means that there's some sort of illuminating particle in it. So you definitely want something that says hydrating or moisturizing. So this one is my absolute favorite. Another one that's excellent is the Pixi Glotion Day Dew. Now this is more illuminating. It doesn't have a tint to it, but it definitely has a pearlescence, almost like, you can see there, it's almost like MAC strobe cream, only not as thick as MAC strobe cream. I love MAC strobe cream. How many times can I say that? As kind of like a liquid highlighter or a primer. But this one is really nice, very moisturizing. And if your skin isn't as dry, but you want something that gives you a really nice look to your skin, the Becca First Light Priming Filter is really nice. I find it's a little bit, like if I put it on over top of the coconut smoothie, it kind of mats things out a little bit. And so it's good for people that have more normal skin. So after you have primed, can you sit down on the bed instead of whining? Next up, we have Natural Finish Foundation. So nothing that is too heavy or too full coverage. I have two examples, one from the drugstore, one a little bit more high-end. I've got the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow, which is like my holy grail foundation. I love it. And actually they're tied neck and neck. I mean, they're interchangeable to me. The other one is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Stick Foundation. I love them both because they have a really nice glow to them without being, you know, greasy looking. Again, we're talking glow instead of shine. And what's great about them is they are kind of like, they're both buildable, and I would say they're buildable to a medium coverage. To me, as you get older, it's much better to have, you know, an evened out skin tone and have the natural texture of your skin show through than it is to cover everything with a really heavy, thick mask, because that kind of makeup, a full coverage makeup, tends to be more dry and can be cakey, and it will settle into fine lines and like even crack as the day goes on. Like as you're moving your face, you get the cracks, and it just enhances wrinkles and any kind of texture, in my opinion. Now that's for people who don't have some sort of condition that they have to cover. So again, you still want to look for something that's moisturizing and something that is just kind of moves and blends into your skin really nicely. Cover FX is great for like heavier coverage foundations, but I don't have those concerns. So for me, these two are the best, and I cannot choose between them because I like different things about them. They're just so great, both of them. Then you need a, again, soft finish, kind of natural finish concealer, and I have, again, two, high end, low end. I love the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow concealer actually more than I like the foundation, because on those days where you don't want to do the whole face, I can just put this on in the problem areas and it works really well, and it's just lightweight and super glowy, but has a nice coverage and just gives a really nice finish to the skin. I love this. I'm on like my 4th one of these as well. I love it so much. But a new favorite, and one that it's totally changed my concealer game. This is the NARS Soft Matte Concealer. So I don't tend to generally go for matte finishes, but this is more like a natural kind of satin finish, and it's perfect in my opinion for under the eyes because it's not too glowy. And when you have bags like I have and dark circles, you don't want something that's going to enhance that. And I find a lot of glowy concealers actually just, you know, or illuminating ones just kind of highlight it. So I like the fact that this kind of, the matteness of it blurs everything out, but it's not so matte that it's drying. It's a really nice foundation, and I think it's well worth the price because it's like $35. It's really good though. And I'm in the shade Vanilla, which is light too, and it's a little bit too light for under my eyes. I'm wearing it today, and it's got a little bit of a like highlighting quality to it, but I love this. One thing I will say about this is it does not work too well on top of bare skin. Like, so if you want to do a no makeup day, I find if I put this on just like directly over top of my moisturizer and eye cream, it tends to pill up and ball up. So you do need the base of like a foundation underneath it to wear this, but other than that, it's perfect. Then if you want to set that, I'm not really big on setting, but I kind of have started setting my under eyes. I like to use a radiant powder. So again, I have a high-end and a low-end version. This is the Advanced Radiance powder from CoverGirl, which is just fabulous. Nice soft powder. It's not powdery or chalky at all, and when you put it, like, you can see it almost has like a yellow tint to it. It just goes on the under eye so well and just kind of melts into the skin and doesn't look like you have powder on at all. And then the high-end powder that I love, I really like the Hourglass, like just the original ambient lighting powder. And gosh, I can't talk. It's been so long since I've made a video. Actually, my favorite, and I only have like a sample size of this one, is the dim light, and I prefer it to the diffuse light, which is the one that I have in the full size, because this has like no chalkiness to it at all. And what I like is it goes on like underneath the eye really well. And if you've got like a little bit of color in your skin, I just like the way that it looks underneath the eye as opposed to like the stark whiteness of the diffused. The other thing is when you're really pale and not using any kind of self-tanner, this actually works as like it warms up the outer perimeter of your face. So I love these powders. I know they're like super duper expensive, but I think they're worth it because you only need a little bit, and so they last you a really long time. I've noticed over the last few years that I've been getting away from pink blushes, and I really think that as you get older, and especially like once you hit 45, really your best bet is to move towards coral, kind of like peachy toned blushes as opposed to pink tone blushes. Even soft pink tends to enhance any kind of rosacea you might have or any broken capillaries that come out. Like, we get a lot of redness that kind of comes out on our chins and our cheeks and around our nose, and any kind of blush that has pink in it tends to enhance that, whereas something that's got peachy tone to it, this is Milani's Luminoso. This is like straight up orange, but it's got like gold flecks in it as well. Anything that's peachy gives you that warm kind of youthful glow to your skin. This is what I'm wearing today. And it looks so much better than pink. So even though I loved pink blush for so long, I really feel like I just feel better when I'm wearing something that's a little bit more peachy. And another thing with blushes is you want something, again, that's got kind of a sheen or a glow, makes you look like you're kind of glowing from within as opposed to like a sparkly powder over top of your skin, which is why I've kind of gone away from the NARS blushes. Like Deep Throat was my favorite blush for a really long time, but now I feel like it just like it's too illuminating as opposed to like gives you that glow from within. So the Charlotte Tilbury Chic to Cheek blushes are really nice. This is in the shade Love Glow. Again, it's a little bit peachier, just gives you a nice glow, like it's illuminating but doesn't have glitter in it. And one that is not straight up like coral, but again isn't quite pink, is Rockateur by Benefit. And this is a perfect example of the kind of blush that just has a really nice sheen to it as opposed to a shine, and when you wear it you just look kind of healthy and glowy as opposed to like you've got blush with sparkle on your face. So going along with the idea of not having like that kind of harsh, drawn on, like over accentuated makeup is contour. So I've come to the conclusion, like contour doesn't work unless your face is already contoured. Do you know what I mean? Like it enhances contours that you already have. I find like I have a round face, and if I put like, see my cheeks are fuller here, got lots of nice fat for padding. I say that's my natural anti-aging ingredient is fat because it just kind of smooths out your whole face. But if I start to put like contour on here, it looks like I've got contour stripes on my face. So I just kind of avoid it. And what I tend to do is stick to a bronzer, which I'm going to talk about in a second, that will just kind of, you know, you can use to hide certain things and just make your skin look glowy. But if you want to do some contouring, I would advise using a cream contour. And my favorite for the longest time has been this Wet n Wild Mega Glow dual-ended contour stick, just because it does the job. You don't have to spend a ton of money on something like this, especially if it's a trend, you know, that I've heard insiders say that the contouring trend is kind of going away and we're going more towards like illuminating and like kind of draping techniques with blush instead. But I really like the cream contour because you can use it in the way that I use my bronzer, which is to, you know, like hide a higher hairline and things like that. And it actually works really well to, you know, carve out the contour of your eyelids as well. So that's nice. And it has a highlighter on the other side. So that's nice. But cream just looks more natural, blends into the skin, and then you can layer powder on over top. I think over 45, you need a bronzer that is a little bit warmer and has a little bit of a glow to it. So not necessarily huge sparkle, but I just find anything that helps light bounce around on your face just kind of adds to that youthfulness. And again, nothing too like glittery, but something that's got a little bit of warmth. This is just the e.l.f. golden bronzer, and I rediscovered this in like the spring of 2017, and I love it so much. I've been using it every day. This is the one product, like powder product, that I actually hit pan on in my 45 years. I was so excited about it. This is my second one in, you know, since spring of 2017, so in almost a year I went through 2 of these. This is really nice. How many times can you say Anyway, so what I like about this is to swirl it around, and instead of, you know, I use it as kind of to, what's the word I'm looking for? Not contour, but I just use it around the perimeter of my face to warm up my face and just kind of bring things in, because as I'm getting older, my hairline's getting higher, so I put my bronzer up here to kind of bring my hairline down a little bit and just to add some warmth to the perimeter of my face. So it just kind of carves out your face as opposed to contours it. And then, I mean, I can't not talk about highlight. So I love a highlight that is, again, more glow than shine. So I love the idea of that, you know, seen from space kind of bling highlight, but the reality is it kind of sits here and brings out like the texture and the like the little fat pads on our cheeks and just the way that our face is like structured differently than when you're younger. So something that's a nice soft highlight. But these are great. I picked these up at TJ Maxx or Marshall's. I picked these up at Marshall's, and it's from Live Beauty, and it's just a highlighter palette. But if you look, like the shades, there's so many shades to choose from, first of all. So something like this is really nice, and just something that's got like such nice shine, but doesn't look, it's on my wrist there, but isn't too crazy. And the other thing you can do with highlight is to use like a cream highlight after you've done your foundation and concealer, like before you powder, before you put your blush on and your bronzer and everything. And this is the Master Strobe highlight stick from Maybelline, and I really like this. I've gone through quite a bit of it, like I've only got a little bit left. So these are products that I've been using a lot. So the other essential is, in my opinion, matte eyeshadow. So I don't like the idea of wearing all matte. I like to have something that's got shine, a little bit of shimmer, but I do think it's essential, especially as you get older, to have an eyeshadow palette like this. This is the Naked Basics 2 from Urban Decay. It's my favorite one because it's got all of the shades you need right here. You've got a dark shade that you can use as a liner, and then these shades here you can use to carve out your contour, because as you get older, a lot of us have hooded lids. I've had hooded lids my whole life, but now I'm really noticing that they're like really starting to weigh down. So if you can take a matte shadow in this area and just kind of put it on the hood, like where your contour is, it just kind of mimics that natural contour, or what do you call it? Socket line. So it's really good. So a palette like this is pretty perfect in my opinion. This is the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette because there are matte browns, but it's much warmer. And then again, it's got like some of the sheen that I like. So I like to put something with a little bit of sheen on the lid just to have that light and life on your eyelids. I don't like an all matte, but again, I don't like anything with glitter. Like I don't want glitter falling down onto my cheeks. So something that just has nice finish on them, like a nice kind of satiny, shiny finish. These shadows are fabulous. I got this palette for Christmas and I love it because it's got the browns, and then you've got some colors, and then right now what's really trendy are these kind of like peachy, warm, kind of reddy brown shades, and they're all in one palette and it smells like peaches. I'm not going to talk about eyeliner because to me eyeliner is one of those things that I have kind of a love-hate relationship with. I think it's important as you get older to define your eyes, but you don't necessarily have to do that with liner. So to me, the best thing to do is just to take a dark powder and smudge it along the lash line, top and bottom, just to give you that definition, and you can use it to pull your eyes out. So I don't have an eyeliner to share with you because to me it's not an essential, but what is an essential is tubing mascara. So tubing mascara is a technology where your eyelashes are actually enveloped in tubes, and it's just like, it's like a polymer almost that wraps around your entire lash. And I think they're great for people, especially older people, like as we get older, because one of the things that I've noticed is I actually have chronic dry eye syndrome. So my eyes are really dry, which means there's not a lot of moisture in there to protect them. So any little thing can get into your eye and irritate it, and mascara is notorious for that. What bothers me with waterproof mascaras, there's something in it that irritates my eyes, and it's almost like it's waterproof, so whatever moisture you do have in your eyes, it kind of repels it, which doesn't make sense, I know, to hear it, but waterproof mascara actually irritates my eyes. So the tubing mascara has solved all that for me, and I recommend it to everybody who says that they have problems with waterproof mascara. And I have two, so you can get one from the drugstore and one not from the drugstore. The Clinique Lash Power Mascara Long Wearing Formula. I know Blink is a very popular one, or Trish McAvoy. I haven't tried Trish McAvoy, but I have tried the Blink Amplified. And they don't really give you a lot of volume. So one trick that I use is to put whatever mascara that I want, non-waterproof version, and get like whatever effect you want that it gives you, and then seal it with a final coat of tubing mascara. That's my favorite kind of combo. So as I was saying, the Clinique Lash Power one, if you don't have to rely on your tubing mascara to give you that look, it's fine to just use any tubing mascara. So they're not going to give you too much fullness and volume. So instead of spending, you know, $35 on the Blink, just spend $23 or whatever the Clinique one is. And what's nice about the Clinique one is it has a very small little brush on it, so it gets right into all of the lashes, and it works really well for the lower lash line. But one that I really like is actually part of the Revlon new mascara line that they launched last summer. This one is in the teal aqua blue, and it doesn't say tubing on it, but if it says removes easily with warm water, that's how you know it's tubing, because you don't need to use eye makeup remover. Actually, it won't work. You just soak in warm water and they just come off. It looks like your eyelashes are falling off, but it's actually the tubes. So this is the Revlon Mega Multiplier, and I heard about this from Candy Johnson, and I went out and I bought it because I'm always looking for a good one, because they discontinued in Canada the L'Oreal Double Extend, which was a tubing mascara, and this is just your regular old-fashioned kind of triangular shaped brush, and this one's fabulous. It's what I'm wearing today, and it actually gives you kind of lifted, fanned out lashes. Jazz hands are back. So we're on to lips now. We're almost done. Second to last category. So what I think is essential for lips that are over the age of 45 are matte lipsticks and light lip glosses. And I almost forgot, a neutral lip liner. So let's start with the lip liner. You can't go any further than the Charlotte Tilbury, what is this? Lip Cheat lip liner in Pillow Talk. It's, to me, the best neutral lip liner, and what I love about it is it's the right consistency to actually, you can cheat the line of your lips without looking like you've overdrawn your lips. It just fills in a little bit like around your lip line and just looks so natural, blurs right into your lip line, and I'll use this for all of my lip colors, like red lipstick, I mean anything except like really pale. But I don't wear pale lipsticks anymore, so it's fine. But I just think this is it. It's the only product you'll need. I've tried all kinds of them. This one is the right color, the right consistency. It is expensive, but if you're only going to use one, then it's worth it. So one of the things that happens as you get older, as we all know, is that you lose volume in your lips. So if you're not going to go out and get volumizers injected into your lips, you're going to have to deal with the fact that your lips are going to get a little thinner, which means that you're more prone to lipstick bleeding outside your lip. So I've really gone away from regular lipsticks, especially darker, brighter colors, because I don't necessarily get bleeding, like where they bleed up into any fine lines, but what I get is it just kind of, my lipstick just grows, and it's like, it just escapes the line of my lips, and before you know it, it's up around here, and it's awful, and I feel sloppy, like it looks like I just kind of smashed my lipstick on my face. It goes all over my teeth. So I've really gone away from, you know, especially like ultra creamy lipsticks, but what I really like is a matte formula of lipstick, something like this Katy Kat matte lipstick line from CoverGirl, holy smokes, are really nice. So this was in the shade Sphinx, and or just Sphinx, I guess. Sphinx. I think that's French and English. Okay, so we're just going to say Sphinx. And it's a really nice nude color. And what's nice about a matte lipstick, if you get one that's not too drying, is that it just sits on your lips naturally, and you don't have to worry about it traveling outside your lip line. So that one's really nice. But what I'm wearing today is this Bite Beauty in, oh my gosh, how am I supposed to, okay guys, like, okay, you read that. You can't read that. So anyway, this is just a nice liquid matte lipstick in a nice neutral shade. Little bit peachy instead of pink, because again, it's not attracting the redness, not making it all stand out. So what is nice is it just sits on your lips, and your lips look natural, and they don't look too shiny and gloopy. But what I like to do is to take just a light lip gloss, and especially one that has a little bit of shimmer in it, to add the light back into your lips, and just put that. So you put it on the center, gives you a little bit of fullness in your lips, but it's not so gloopy that it's going to start moving. I like to talk with my hands. And then what I'll do a lot of times is just wear lip gloss. And I know that sounds counterintuitive if I'm saying I don't like wearing lipsticks because they go all over the place. But there's just something about putting a light layer of lip gloss on. They're moisturizing. They're very glowy looking. They make your lips look juicy and dewy without being too gloopy and gloppy. So two of my favorites are the NYX Butter Glosses and the Sephora colorful gloss balm. These ones are the bomb. They're absolutely fantastic. This one's my favorite in Warrior Princess, I think. Yeah, Warrior Princess, a beautiful pink. I think the last essential that you need is some sort of moisturizing setting spray. So again, different from Illuminating. Like, I don't want just an alcohol full spray that's got sparkle in it, but something that has good ingredients in it. So just head down to the drugstore, or Walmart rather, and pick up a Hard Candy Brighten Sheer Envy 12-hour long long wear and hydration finishing spray. So this has vitamin C and rose water in it. So the Mario Badescu rose water is a nice one as well, but this just has vitamin C in it. It's got rose water in it, so it's going to add good ingredients to your face and you know, help set it and make your skin look bright. It's got an okay pump on it too, which is nice. So there you go, guys. Those are my cosmetic essentials, and if you'd like to see my skincare essentials, just let me know down below and I can do that for you. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you soon.